Okay, I'm back, and now we're on part 5 of the lab. And for this one, you're going to rub a plastic object. Doesn't really make any difference what kind of an object it is as long as it's made out of plastic. And you're going to rub it with a paper towel, and then hold the piece of plastic near a T-tape and near a B-tape. And then from that, you should be able to determine whether the plastic is charged top or bottom, depending on how it interacts with those two different kinds of tape. Okay, then for part 6, you're going to go to the internet, go to PhET, and then open the simulation that's entitled Balloons and Static Electricity. So play around with the simulation, and then determine which features of the simulation, the sweater, the balloon, or the wall, that represents the T-tape, the B-tape, and bits of paper. So see if you can match them up. Which one the wall was like. Was it like the T-tape, the B-tape, or the paper, neutral pieces of paper? Was the sweater like each of those, and then the balloon? So see if you can match them up, and then if it's not possible to match up the items exactly, explain why. Okay, next we are going to label on the following diagrams the charge T or B. So on this one, what you could do is if you click on the picture, you can copy the picture, then put it into Microsoft Paint, and then you can label them so that you can label on the diagrams the charge T or B. So which one is charged T, which one is charged B, and then what was the neutral piece of paper? What would it be? How much T and how much B does it have? Okay, let's go to part 7 of the lab. Okay, now for this one, what I recommend that you do is get a long pencil, or you could get a long dowel rod, or you could also use a plastic ruler, but you're going to hang it off the edge of a table so that part of the object is over the edge and then part of it is resting on the table. Then tape it down with some duct tape. Okay, then what you've got is a thing that you can hang your tape from. So you see that in part 7 it says using flexible straws and pieces of clay make holders for your tape. So you don't really have to do that. You could just hang something off the edge of your table, and then you can put the tape on that object. So you don't need to go to the trouble of making that device if you don't want to do it. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to rub each of the objects in the table below with a paper towel, and then record whether they are attracted to or repelled by bits of paper, a T-tape, or a B-tape, or a magnet. So you're going to have your little bits of paper. Okay, put them on the table. Okay, then you're going to take a plastic pen and rub it with the paper towel. Then take your plastic pen and see if you can pick up those little pieces of paper. Okay, so then say yes or no in that yellow blank. Alright, now you're going to go back to your plastic pen, you're going to rub it on the paper, and you're going to see if it is attracted to or repels a T-tape. Okay, then you're going to go back and rub the piece of plastic, and you're going to see if it repels or is attracted to a B-tape. And then do it one more time and see if it is attracted to or repelled by a magnet. Okay, then you're going to get out something made of wood. I suggest a wooden tongue depressor, but anything that's made of wood will probably work. And you're going to rub that with your paper towel. Then you're going to see if you can take that tongue depressor and pick up pieces of paper. Is it attracted to or repelled by the T-tape? Is it attracted to or repelled by the B-tape? And then the same thing with the magnet. And so you're going to go through all of those things. Now, if you don't have one or two of them, that's okay. So you could just say, I didn't have that material. But I really do want you to try to do it for as many of the different substances as possible. Okay, so answer these questions then. Which of the objects did not give an indication that it had been electrically charged after being rubbed with the paper towel? So you know if it's going to be electrically charged because it will either be attracted to or repelled by the B-tape or the T-tape. So the T-tape is either going to be negatively charged or it's going to be positively charged. Now at this point we don't know. So the T-tape is either positive or negative. The B-tape is the opposite. So if the T-tape is positive, the B-tape is going to be negative, or vice versa. At this point we don't know. So all you're doing is collecting data. So based on your observations, are magnets attracted to electrical charge? So answer yes or no to that. Alright, now you have some reading to do. So you're going to read the origin of positive and negative charges in that blue box. And go down to, once you've read it, pay close attention down at the bottom, that bottom paragraph where it says, after it had been rubbed with cloth, Franklin named the kind of electricity found on the glass as being positive. So that's going to be your clue in determining whether the T-tape was positive or whether it was the B-tape. So based on how it interacted with those other kinds of materials, then compare it to what Franklin found, and you should be able to determine which tape was positive and which tape was negative. Okay, so let's stop the video here, and when I come back we'll continue.